Class 10th, let's continue with our first chapter, the Union Parliament, and the topic is function of speaker, administrative function. The speaker communicates the decisions of the House to the concerned authorities and request them to comply with such decisions. So the speaker communicates. Whatever the decision is taken in the house, that is to be communicated by the speaker to the concerned authorities, right, to the members, to the concerned members, and request them to comply means to obey the order or the obey the decisions, right? Now next is the speaker allows the admission of strangers and the press correspondents to the galleries of the house. So speaker is the one who has the right to allow the admission of media or press correspondents, strangers, in the gallery of the to the galleries of the house, right? Next is supervisory control over parliamentary committees. So, the Speaker is the ex officio chairman of some of the committees of the House, such as the Advisory Committee and the Rules Committee, right? So, Speaker, he or she is the ex officio chairman of those committees. Secondly, the Speaker also appoints chairpersons of all committees of the House. If the government claims that the particular document is secret but the committees insist on its productions before them, the matter is referred to the Speaker for advice and his instructions are obeyed. So, if the government claims, if the ruling government said that the particular document is very secret, and but the committees insist that it should be produced before them, then that matter is taken to the speaker, and speaker shall have his final decision whether to open that documents or not. Powers under the anti-defection law. So, in this, according to under Anti-Defection Act of 1985, if any member disqualifies, then the question is referred for the decision of the Speaker. The Speaker shall give his or her decision, right? And his or her decision is final in that regard. So, under this provision of the Constitution, 91st Amendment Act of 2003, the defectors will not only lose membership of the House, but also they are also debarred from holding any public office as that of a minister till they are elected again, right? So if he or she, if the member disqualifies, then not only they will lose their membership of the House, but also they are not supposed to hold any public office till they are re-elected, right? Others power and function. The Speaker presides over the joint sitting of both the Houses of Parliament. Speaker nominates, in consultation with the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, personnel for parliamentary delegations to various countries also, right? The Speaker is also empowered to recognize parliamentary parties and groups in the House. Now, Speaker's position. So, Speaker is what? The office of Speaker is one of great honor and responsibility. The Lok Sabha represents the nation. The Speaker therefore becomes a symbol of the national or nation's dignity, right? And Speaker has to maintain that dignity till he or she holds the post or holds the office, right? Now, next we have the Rajya Sabha. So, Rajya Sabha is a second chamber of Indian Parliament. Second chamber means it's a second house. We called it upper house also, right? Unlike the Lok Sabha, which can be dissolved by the president before its term expires, Rajya Sabha is a permanent body and it is not subject to dissolution. So Rajya Sabha, so we can say Rajya Sabha is a permanent chamber. It's a permanent body. So point to be noted, Rajya Sabha is a permanent chamber or permanent body. Why? I'll tell you later why we called it Rajya Sabha as a permanent. It's a permanent. It's a permanent chamber or permanent body, right? Because it is not subject to dissolve, right? Before its term, right? So I'll tell you in detail. Now the composition of Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha member, how many members are there? Total there are 250 members. The members fall into two categories. One category, that is nominated member, another one is elected members, right? The nominated members are 12 in number. So out of 250, how many are nominated? Yes, 12 are nominated members, right? They are nominated by the president from among persons having special knowledge or practical experience in matters such as literature, science, art, social services, and the principle of nomination enable distinguished persons to have a place in the upper chamber. As a result, such distinguished persons as the famous actress Miss Rekha, civil servant, and RBI Governor Dr. Bimal Jalan, and famous journalist Sri Swapan Dasgupta, ISRO Chief K. Kasturi Rangan, and cricketing icon Sachin Tendulkar could be nominated to the Rajya Sabha, right? So out of that, total strength of Rajya Sabha is 250. Out of those 250, 12 are nominated, and they are nominated by the president, and the nominated members are from among persons having special knowledge, right, or practical experience in the field of literature, science, art, social services, sports, etc. Now, manner of election means like 250 are the effective strength of Rajya Sabha, out of which 12 are nominated and rest of the members are elected, right? So these members are elected by elected members of the Legislative Assembly of each state. So this is to be noted. The members, the elected members, means the members of rest of the members of Rajya Sabha are elected by, or representatives of states in Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of Legislative Assembly. So Legislative Assembly, we called it Vidhan Sabha of each state level, right? Now, and that is according to the single transferable voting system, right? And it's written here, in 2003 the parliament introduced an open ballot system for Rajya Sabha polls, right? Now next is effective strength. Right now, or at present, there are only 245 members of Rajya Sabha, out of which 12 were nominated by the president. Now next we have qualifications for membership. As we all know that in order to be chosen as a member of Rajya Sabha, one requires to be a citizen of India, and should not be less than 30 years of age, and he or she needs to have an additional qualifications as prescribed by law from time to time, right? Okay, now come to the disqualifications of the membership. If the person is holding an office of profit, so that means if the member is holding public office as well as he is the member of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, right? So in that case, the member will lose that membership, right? Secondly, if that person is of unsound mind, mentally ill, unable to discharge his work, and if he is being an alien means if he is a foreigner, right? And and if he is being disqualified under any law of parliament. Term of the house. The Rajya Sabha cannot be dissolved by the President of India. It is a permanent body. I told you that Rajya Sabha is a permanent chamber, and I also told you that I'll tell you the answer later why we called it as a permanent body or permanent chamber. So, answer is 1/3 of its members retire at the end of every second year. So, 1/3 of its member means 1/3 of 250. Now, at present there are 245, so you'll do what? 1/3 of 245. So, only that members are retired at the end of every second year. So, that chamber, that house is never vacant, right? Is that clear? That is why it is known as a permanent chamber or permanent body. So it means that the members of the Rajya Sabha have a 6-year term, right? Whereas if we talk about Lok Sabha, I told you Lok Sabha is it's not permanent, right? Why it's not permanent? Because after every 5 years it is dissolved by the president after every 5 years, and whole members, all the members are retired after the expiry of the term, 5 years, right? That is why Lok Sabha is not a permanent chamber, but Rajya Sabha is a permanent chamber or permanent body. Clear? Okay, now. The presiding officer, the Vice President of India, is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha, right? But the Vice President is not a member of either House of Parliament. In the Rajya Sabha, he has no right to vote except to break a tie as speaker, right? Because speaker also gives casting vote to break a tie. So in the same way, in Rajya Sabha, that vice president gives his or her vote, right? When the vice president acts as the president of India, he does not perform the duties of the office of the chairman. Now, the same way, the Rajya Sabha elects a deputy chairman also from amongst its own members. The deputy chairman presides at the sittings of the House in the absence of the chairman or vice president during the period when the vice president is discharging the functions of the president, right? Now next we have quorum. Quorum means 1/10 of the total number of members of Rajya Sabha should present before the meeting starts, right? So if any time during the meeting there is no quorum, that means if no required number of members are present or no minimum members are there as required to start a meeting, then the presiding officer has to adjourn the house. Adjourn the house means postpone, right? Postpone the meeting or suspend the meeting until there is a quorum, right? So 1/10 of the total member means 1/10 of 250, right? So 25 members should be present if the total member is 250, and if the total member is 245, then 24 members or 25 members should be present, right? Salary allowances and MP's local area development scheme, the salary, the daily allowance, and the constituency and office allowances of members of the Rajya Sabha are exactly the same as those of members of Lok Sabha, right? Okay, so they get salary side by side. They'll also get allowances, free rental charge, and free electricity, and traveling allowances also they get, everything free, right? So they get, the members of Rajya Sabha are the allowances are exactly same as the members of those members of Lok Sabha. This much for today, children. We'll continue with the same chapter in the next video. Till then, bye bye.